Hey everybody. So I wanted to share something with y'all because I feel like I know that I'm posting more. I know that I have these big goals and that I'm sharing them with all of you. But I want to be completely transparent in what I'm doing and in my journey. Because if I'm transparent, I don't have to go back and change anything, or I don't want to have to go back and tell y'all the real after the fact. Being in Costa Rica has been amazing. I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. Everybody has their own journey, but this mainly is about having the funds to sustain yourself, really wherever you are, because literally wherever you go, there you are. Like, just because your outside environment changes, doesn't mean that you automatically change and you're automatically going to be this completely new person. I'm still growing into the person that lives here. I'm still growing into the person that can sustain herself here. I am still dealing with the residual of the version of me that was in the States. And right now it still kind of looks a little bit the same. I'm still getting support from my parents. I'm still getting support from other sources. I'm not here doing it all alone by myself, as far as like sustaining my everyday. So me coming here, me building my business and creating my program and still getting the connections going for my retreat, that's all in the upcoming. That's all being laid out right now, but it's not bringing in anything to sustain me right now. So I want you guys to, like, those of you thinking of moving here, those of you thinking of moving abroad, really consider how you're going to fund yourself. Really consider the type of lifestyle that you want to live when you go to these certain places. And it's okay to start from the bottom and work your way up in a new place. You don't have to, have it completely all figured out when you move, but it's important to know what your options are and what you can do. Because arriving at a place, and I'm figuring everything out as I go, but I'm used to that. That's something that I'm good at doing, but at the same time, that's something I want to grow out of. I do want to have more things in alignment, that I don't have to figure it out all the time. I already have a plan, and that plan is an option to happen in that particular way. I don't have to figure it out until I get to a point where it can be that way. I do want to be able to purchase something without looking at my bank account to see if I have enough. I do want, to know for sure that the next month I can make rent. Like, I do want to have those things figured out, and that's something that you should have before leaving. Okay? Sometimes we're misguided and we think that something is so possible that, we'll just figure it out as we go along. I don't want someone else to get in that trap, and then when they get here or they get to where their destination is and they can't pivot, they don't know how. They don't know how to make things work, because that can leave you very vulnerable in a place that you don't know much about. It doesn't matter if you're moving from one state to another state. It doesn't matter if you're moving abroad. It doesn't matter where you're going. If you don't have a plan and you don't have the type of faith that can guide you through situations, you don't have the type of support that can help you when times do get hard. If you don't have that, it can leave you in a very vulnerable state. And if you are a mama, it can leave you in a very, sticky situation. My daughter got hurt. If I didn't have the support to help me pay for the clinic, if I didn't have support to help me pay for the medication that she needed, I would be out of luck. I mean, I have the type of faith that I feel like I would get what I need. But everybody doesn't have that. You may not be on that journey where your faith is that strong. Honestly, I wouldn't have made a lot of the moves that I have made if I didn't feel secure enough in my faith that I would be okay. So if you're somebody that doesn't have a streamline of income or the support to back you when you're making your moves, that's something that you need to get started now. Move somewhere, you want to make sure that you are secure. You want to make sure that you have the things that you need. Even if you have to just, even if you can't get the things that you want right away, but you're working towards it, you want to make sure that you have something flowing in that's going to take care of your immediate things, your bills. It's going to make sure you can get your toiletries, make sure that you can get your kids fed and yourself fed, and, make sure that you can get around. So whether you've, matter if you've had a business before or you never thought about even having a business, you always worked a regular job, it's important to know where your stream of income is coming from. And if you've ever been curious about how to start an online business, how to get one started, I highly recommend that if you were somebody that is thinking about moving abroad, if you're somebody that is thinking about moving to another state and you don't have the security that you're looking for that will help sustain you, if you don't have that, show up for yourself. This isn't for anybody else. This is for you. To show up for yourself so that you can be on your way to living anywhere in the world, to making sure that you are sustainable wherever you go. Because that is one thing that a lot of people don't know how to do, and that's why they feel stuck. That's why they feel like they have to stay where they're at, why they work those jobs that they no longer want to be at. That's why they stay in the 9 to 5, because they don't know how to break free. Your plan doesn't have to be completely linear, but have some type of plan that you can use as a guide so that you don't lose focus on what your goal is. That's what I did to get here. I made sure that I had a plan, and although my plan did not go as planned, Source made a way. So as long as you have something that you can, go off of, you can learn to pivot when it's time to pivot, but you will have that security that doesn't keep you stuck in one place. So, peace and love, and have an amazing day or night whenever you're seeing this. Pura Vida.